is Aurora and welcome to this video. This is Christmas special, as you can see by my ugly Christmas sweater that I actually wore the last year too. So, if you haven't checked the last year's Christmas special, now is the time. Today we're going through the list of 5 different sustainable gift ideas for this holiday season. So if you're in a rut and you can't decide what to gift your loved ones, this is the video for you, and just keep on watching. First of all, let's call this the point zero item on this list, and it is any item that the person actually needs. Being sustainable doesn't always mean buying local, buying organic, buying less or recycled or anything like that. It basically means just using or buying what you actually need and what you actually will use. So keep that in mind. And if someone tells you that they need, a pair of socks, get them those socks, and it is a sustainable gift. Doesn't matter, what they're made of. If that person needs those socks, give them to them. But, not all people are that open when it comes to their wishes and needs. So sometimes you have to guess, and sometimes you have to just go blindly and buy something or something like that. So that's why this video is here. Now let's start with thing number 1 on this Christmas sustainable list, and that is subscriptions, gift cards, and things like that. So sometimes you really don't know what to give to the person that you love, and you might not even have a lot of money. You don't just want to, buy something that that person won't like, that they will have to return, and it's a whole issue, and, why? Why bother with that? When you can give a gift card or a subscription to the service that they actually intend to use. This might seem like a cheap present or not thoughtful enough, but I think that just because it's not something super personalized doesn't mean that you didn't have good intentions behind it. You just didn't know what is the precise thing that that person needs. So, for example, if you know that some person loves music, but you're not super familiar with their taste and things like that, you won't go and buy them vinyls or specific albums or things like that. Only if you will actually know the specifics of it. But if you don't, it's easier to buy Spotify subscription or iTunes gift card. The same thing goes with, let's say, books. You might not know what books someone wants to read, but they love reading books. So why not give them a gift card for the bookstore so they can choose the exact book that they actually want. The same thing goes with, fashion stores. When you're going shopping for someone, you might, buy the wrong number or the wrong color or something, and that person is gonna have to return it, and it's a whole issue, as you already said. So if you know what store they like to buy in, give them a gift card from that specific store. Don't give people gift cards and subscriptions to things that they don't use and things that they don't like. That's the bare minimum of gifting something. You have to at least know the person at least a little bit. Don't give them gift card for gas if they're not driving or something like that. It's just not meaningful and mindful, so keep that in mind. And always bear in mind that your gift has to come from the place of sustainability as well, so that you are not put into debt or something like that just because you're buying presents. It's great to buy presents, it's great to receive presents, but not for the cost of someone's actual living. So if you're gonna struggle next month with your rent, with your food or something like that, don't overspend on Christmas presents. This is literally the reason why the first month it's so depressive, and it is the least profitable month of the year. Retailers know that because in December everyone is spending, starting from the Black Friday in November all the way to New Year's Eve. People are buying presents, people are over splurging, getting into debt, and then January comes and people are broke. So don't do that to yourself. If you're gonna give a gift card, give a specific amount that you can actually give. not a huge amount to compensate for the fact that you gave them a gift card, not an object or something like that. Now let's move to the next one, and it is in a similar category. It's also something virtual, and that is courses. So if you know someone who is looking into a course for themselves, either for professional reasons or because it's a hobby of theirs or passion, or maybe they just want to tap into it and see if they might like it, Christmas is a great opportunity to give them something like that so that they can start the New Year's resolutions strong with that's something that you gave them. And giving someone knowledge and experience in that sense is super valuable, no matter how much the course itself actually costs, because the person will have that knowledge and that experience and the memories of it all until they die, basically. So they will always know when they're using the skills or knowledge that they learned from that course. They will remember you because you are the one who made it possible for them. So that's why this is a really sustainable and mindful gift as well. Giving knowledge in general is great. So books, for example, is another great example. But there's the problem of, do you know what books the person actually has? The more books someone has, the bigger the chance that you will give them something that they already have. And that actually happens a few times. That's why it might be better to buy a gift card for a bookstore than the specific book. But if a person tells you, listen, this is the book that I want to buy for myself in the next year, or I'm saving for this book, or oh, this book is great but it's super expensive and my library doesn't have it, or something like that, use that and buy them that specific book. But if you don't have that book, get the gift card. Why are books a sustainable gift even though they are made of paper? Because once you buy a book, you have it until you get rid of it, and there is thousands and thousands of times and opportunities to read that book first time and second time, read it all over again, and it's something that stays. It's something that you can always experience again. And even if you're not reading the book and it stays on your shelf, it's a reminder of the person that gave you that book. I remember every person that ever gave me a book, and I don't know who gave me which book, and it's super special because when I'm reading the book, I think of why did this person chose that book for me? What did they want me to learn from this book? How did they perceive this book? And it's also a great thing to talk about with your family members and friends when you see them the next time. If it's a book that they also read and then gave it to you, you can exchange your experience, your thoughts, and in that way, your relationship as itself becomes more meaningful and fulfilled. So that is definitely a bonus. The next thing that you should do when buying for holiday presents is to buy local. Doesn't matter what it's going to be, what kind of present it actually is. If it's a produce or clothes or books or whatever it is. If you buy local, it's more sustainable than buying it from somewhere else because the carbon footprint is lower, because you didn't have to travel around the world 3 times to get to your doorstep and under their Christmas tree. So keep that in mind and try to do it. Some of the items that you might be looking on Amazon or something like that, the chances are that you will find a local version of it. It might be more expensive than the Amazon one, or it might be less expensive, but the thing is that you are supporting other people in your community, and then they will have more money to buy presents for their family members and friends, and that's how you're keeping the community stronger and not just filling someone's eighth trip to the space or something like that. So definitely shop locally. Most of the Christmas presents this year we got locally as well. Not only because of the sustainability of it, but because it's easier since the pandemic slowed down the shipments and things like that, and we didn't want to risk. Like last year, the thing that happened was the presents were late for a few weeks after the Christmas, and we didn't want to risk that, so we went local. The next thing that you can do is to gift your loved ones an experience that they will never forget. It can be either free for you, or you can splurge a little bit and give them something, more luxurious, or whatever it is. Experiences don't fade, they will stay as a memory forever, especially if you take a photo or something like that and commemorate it in that way. So for example, if you're broke and you don't actually have enough money to buy something super nice, maybe it's best to just take the person that you want to show that you love them, and take them for a walk on the Advent, or uh, go to the local museums. You can buy some, uh, cooked wine or something like that, a punch or warm gin or whatever it is, and just talk to them, connect with them, and it will be special for both of you, and you will always remember that time, that Christmas, when you explored your town. If you have a bit more money and you also want to give them an experience, you could take them, for example, to the theater. The Nutcracker is a seasonal ballet, and something that, you know, in our culture is just something that you should see at least once in a lifetime. So why not be that person that introduces someone to the Nutcracker? Or maybe they have a favorite musician who is having a concert in this holiday season. Maybe you should take them there. Or maybe they have their favorite stand-up comedian who is doing a Christmas show. Or maybe they have always wanted to travel, inside the country, preferably or out if they can. So why not, give them a voucher for the hotels that they can use in the next year or so. So there is that. And of course, if you're someone who is, let's say a good cook or something like that, you don't even have to go outside of your apartment, which is actually preferable in these conditions. But you could cook them a fancy dinner, or you could do a get together with all of your family members and friends, and that could be the gift of itself. You gave them your time, your energy, and your skills to make a night that they won't remember, because you made some specialties, something that they love. You drank something, you played board games or something like that, and they will remember that. This cooking subject brings me to the last point, the last gift idea that is super sustainable, and that is making something yourself. Remember when we were kids and in school we had to make cards and those weird pasta sculptures and chestnut sculptures and things like that? Well, why did we stop doing things like that? I know those things might seem like trash or just, clutter or whatever, but it's something that you made with your bare hands, and you put your time and your energy aside and dedicated it to this specific person, and then went to them and said, here, this is something that I made for you. Most of the people will be glad for it, no matter how great of a quality the final product is. The thought itself is what matters, and I think that's lovely. I think that we should bring back that practice of just making something for people that we love, not going outside and buy it, because they can buy it themselves, but they can't buy something that you're gonna make. So if you're someone who knows how to draw or sing or cook, as you already said, or you're doing some handiwork with textile, or I don't know, embroidery or anything like that, if you're making comic books, if you're making soap, or I don't know what, but anything that you make could be gifted. And I think that is amazing, and we should all do that as much as we can. Sometimes, yes, it looks like trash, and sometimes you think that maybe a child could do it better, and maybe someone won't be, as grateful for something like that as you would hope for. But it doesn't matter. You gave the best that you could, you gave yourself, and then at least by someone's reaction to that gift, you will know how much that person actually cherishes you. If someone knows that you took, I don't know, 20 hours to make something for them and you gave it to them, and they said, I'd rather if you gave me just a Starbucks gift card, F that person. don't bother with them anymore. Next year, don't even get them a gift card. Get them, send them a GIF in their DMs and say happy holidays, and that's it, because they don't deserve more from you. But I hope that most of your experiences won't be like that. That the people that you're surrounded with cherish you and value your time, your skills, and things like that, and that they will be, happy to receive something from you that is, literally yours. I have a lot of gifts like that that I got in the last, 10ish years, and I know that I will cherish them forever. I can't make myself throw something away, even though it might not be, I don't know, up my alley anymore or something like that. But it is something that someone made specifically for me, having me in their thoughts while they were making it. And every time I look at that thing, I think of the person that made it. So that's why it's precious, and it's you can put a price on it, and I don't care how much it would cost if I went and buy it myself, because I don't need it in that way. I love having something that is a reminder of someone else. And also, I don't mind making something for others, but I'm not super crafty. So most of the times I just don't want to, make something bad. Okay, so let's recap. What are the 5 things that you can buy or gift to your loved ones that is sustainable and meaningful? So first thing is you could give them subscriptions, gift cards, and vouchers so they can be in control of the things that they buy, because that way they will actually be more likely to use it and have, actual value from the thing that you get them. The second thing is to give them knowledge. So courses, books, or something like that, that will never fade away. They will always have the ability to come back to, learn more, and something that you together could then expand further. Then we have the experiences, either being free experiences like taking a walk through the Advent, or more expensive ones like the Nutcracker or escape room or laser tag or anything like that. Great. And then the next one is buying anything local. So no matter what it is, if it's made locally, the chances are it has a low carbon footprint. It's not as devastating for the environment, and it's also great for the community itself, because the money is circulating inside it without, just filling out someone's space rockets. And then we have doing something for someone, and that is cooking for someone or making them something special so they have a memory of you forever in their home, for example. Either, as we said, embroidery, dream catchers, soap, whatever it is that you're making, why not gift it? And remember, the overall theme of any Christmas present, something that you can't go wrong with, is giving someone something that they actually need and will use. So listen to your loved ones, listen to your friends, see what they love, see what they need, see what they long for, and give them that. Be that difference in someone's life that gave them an opportunity to do something more. So if someone is, wanting to start some new hobby but can't afford right now to get it for them. Give them that ability, open that door for them. Anyway, this is our sustainable Christmas tree. My mother-in-law gave this to us, our first Christmas together 4 years ago, and I love it. It's made from wood, and we just pull it out every Christmas, and it makes our office a bit more, festive. And I'm wondering, what are you planning to give to your loved ones and friends? Please let me know in the comments down below. If you haven't checked out the last holiday special, I will link it here. Thank you all so much for watching, liking and commenting on this channel. We're growing like crazy and I'm super excited about it. And if you're subscribed, I will see you some other time. Bye!